Michelle is back on YouTube.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the
Welcome back to another long overdue video. So if you're new here, my name is Michelle and I make fashion and sewing content. And if you are a returning subscriber, you're an OG, thank you so much. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. We can get there. We're so close. We're so close. I can see it. So on today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this set that I'm currently wearing. And if you don't know about the studio that I'm working in, it's called Makasi Studios. Go follow us on IG and check us out and order something. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share and subscribe. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I don't play around with my pattern drafting. So I usually start off this entire process by drafting a pattern and cutting everything out according to how I labeled them. That's my friend Troy at the studio. Then place all the patterns on the main fabric and also on the lining, and then I cut everything out.
usually I don't do this often, but since
So once everything is cut, I just start the joining process and I join everything based on how I labeled my patterns.
maybe I wonder, would you sweat
Once I'm done joining all the pieces of the main fabric and also the lining, I go to the overlock machine and complete all the raw edges just to prevent fraying. I then place the lining on top of the main fabric, and at this point I'm just checking to see that all the seams are aligned. I then sewed along the top, and it's now time to add the boning. Now for the boning, you can decide to use boning channels or you can sew the ridgeline boning directly to the fabric. So I decided to use the second method, and I started by prepping the boning first. So I'm burning all the sharp edges so that they don't pierce through the fabric. So once you're done placing the boning, you're going to finish off the corset, right sides facing each other. Finish off the bottom, leaving the sides open. I forgot to record that part, but then that's how you're going to flip the corset and then finish off the sides as the final thing. Once the major construction is done, it's time to add all the accessories and all the other elements that bring life to the corset. So I added some grommets and a rope to tie everything up, and this is how it turned out. Now for the skirt, it's the same process. I used my pattern to cut everything out, and then I started by sewing the darts on the back and the front of the skirt.
due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder.
So for the skirt, I made an aesthetic choice not to join the front and the back directly at the side. I decided to add a side panel, and for this I had to sew down the sides first and then add the side panel.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will.
I repeated the same process for the back part of the skirt, but I first started by hemming the bottom and then laying down the sides just like I did for the front part of the skirt. Once I was done with that part, I then added the side panel, and it was time to top stitch just to join the front side and the back side to the side panel. So this is how it looked once I was done. This is how the panel looked like, and then I split the back part of the skirt into two just for allowance to add the zipper. I then added an invisible waistband I was just pinning the waistband to the top, and then I measured the waistband just to ensure that it will fit my waist perfectly. And then I sewed the top and flipped it over to the inside to make it invisible. Once that was done, it was time for the final step to complete the skirt, and that was adding the zipper. And this is how the skirt looks like after it's done. That's the front, and this is the back, and this is how the whole set looks like when it's done.
10:30 or later, then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?